Find the zone, and now it's Dax in for the steal on the Elder Dragon!
Tizza might have something to say about it though. The grand entrance shockwave is gonna catch two, and it's gonna end with the
background. It's a little bit too late, too soon.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back again for the second match today of the OBL, and it is a pleasure to be here. We have got Perifani Aegean versus Coven Syndicate, part of the Coven crew over here, and it is going to be a absolute banger, I'm sure of it. We are just waiting to get into draft here. Let me bring that up for everybody so we can see what these players are planning on picking. Yeah, and should be good. I've got the wrong draft set up. That's okay. I've got the right link as well. But yeah, again, what a phenomenal intro. It's so nice to have one. What? Okay, there we go. That slaps that hard. So yeah, there are a lot of players here that we have seen before. On the side of Perifani, Govos, quite a big name. And then on the side of Coven, pretty much all big names for the most part. We've got Slimt in the top lane. We've got Jetman in the jungle. We got Lysar in the mid lane. Wrangle in the ADC role, and Lux as the support. And then Perifani, the rest of their team is another Halo in the top. Giro in the jungle. We've got Govos in the mid, and Kato ADC, and Paranoid in support. Cool. Looks like we are good to go. Players have got themselves figured out. It is Perifani choosing first. Well, first ban at least. And then we'll figure out what the first pick is. Couple notes that I've got here. Zed, obviously permaban. There is no way Coven lets Govos to play Zed. Not going to happen. I have heard too many other mid laners go on about how they don't want to be part of the next montage video, and looks like Lysar is no different. He is not above the Zed ban, as we do see that one. They're way going to get banned. Could be quite a common ban against Lysar, despite the fact that when asked if he had anything to say about himself, he said he's the worst mid laner in OBL, only a big stage player. But good news for you, Lysar. Did you not get the announcement? We are a big stage now, so you can play your heart out, and even if in some strange way you end up against Zed Govos, I believe in you. Gragas and Jinx, next bans for Perifani and Coven. Gragas is a ban against Slept, and Jinx is a ban against Kato. I was going to say next was probably going to be that Smolder ban. Sivir's will be high priority for both ADCs. They do both play a bit of Sivir. The armor ban onto Locks. Rumble going to be what we get as the first pick. That is going to go to another Halo. competent Rumble player. It gives them a lot of damage as well. Decent lane pressure normally. Most of the time. Obviously that flame spitter quite oppressive. The harpoons and whatnot. The A4 gonna be the weapon of choice, but his weapon is it a lance, I think? I think it is for Jetman, and Slant is gonna play Scion. Again, I don't think we're ever really gonna go any series without seeing Scion being played. Just such a staple right now in the top lane for these teams. I think it will appear in pretty much every game for the most part. Probably looking to get, I'd say they probably want to get like, well, they can pick jungle now, as of course J4 has already been picked, so they could go for a jungle. Instead, they're gonna pick Ezreal. This will go to Kato. Next pick, we have still got the support mid and jungle remaining. Could be a mid if they don't want 2 targeted bans onto Govos. And they'll need something with maybe a bit of AD as well too, as Rumble's already been picked for the top lane. Gonna be the Wukong coming through. Wukong into Jarvan. And there's that Sivir priority. It's picked first game. And again, for anybody unfamiliar, just joining us or anything else, this is going to be a best of 3 Fearless draft. So all the champions that you're seeing picked in this game cannot be played in the second game and potentially the third game as well. So we're going to get variety. We're going to see all these players on some different champs. Rise is going to be the ban. That's what I was worried about, was Govos getting more of his champs banned. Rise, one of them. Yasuo, another. Could potentially see something like that coming through. And the Lulu band against Lux. Lux is a really, really, really crazy support player. I'm not surprised that they're banning champs against him. Especially him and Wrangle as well too. Been playing a lot together. They've got a lot of experience in lane together, and that does make them quite dangerous overall. So yeah, that's now 3 bans against Lux, and 3 bans against Govos. So both of them paying a little bit for later picks in the draft. Still waiting on that mid and support for Coven. They got to pick one of them here. Could be a Rakan or Rel for Lux, if I had to guess. Yep, there's the Rakan. And then for Perifani, we are still waiting on the support and mid also. Could be a support response pick. Could be maybe like a Nautilus or Alistair. There we go. That's what they're thinking of going with, as we wait for it to be confirmed. But I think it will make sense into this. Provides a lot of disengage as well too, to the engage that Rakan is often utilized for. And all the knock up and everything makes it easier for Ezreal to hit the skill shots as well. And finally, it is the mid pick. Got going to be the Ahri. And the response, I've seen a lot of Galio being played by Lysar. Yeah, into an Ahri and Rumble could be pretty strong. Otherwise, could go something. I mean, it's got to be probably some sort of control mage. So maybe not the the Slander instead. That makes sense. Although I'm sure Galio would not take too much damage. Probably not dishing out too much either for what their team comp needs right now. And we're ready to go. That is the players, the champs figured out. Oh, it's got to get into game. Next big thing. I hope everybody is having an amazing night so far. Got lots of games. Pull up, you know, client, and just everybody's online and in game right now. We got lots of games happening at the 7 p.m. time slot on Sunday. So we'll be trying to make sure we get at least a few of them to you. Lots of co-streams going on right now too, so if you've got a favorite team that you're really rooting for, really want to see, maybe check around the Discord, and might be someone you can put on your second monitor streaming that. Yeah. They're in the draft line. Couple of the notes I got here, just regarding today's game. A few things to look out for. Obviously, besides already touched on, the Lux Wrangle bot lane, quite good. Coven Syndicate, definitely they feel themselves this season. They think they have put together a really good team, and they think they're gonna take some names the Swiss, and according to them, I'm sure they think they are pretty much in the playoffs already, and that's a lot of confidence coming in. We'll see if it actually pans out the way they think it's going to. Otherwise, lots of standard picks being utilized here. Nothing too crazy. Syndicate's probably got a little bit more of a scaling option with the Sivir and Scion. Perifani will probably need to get off to a good start. They want to especially keep that Ezreal relevant, in a 30-minute plus game. I think a lot of that will be on Wukong's shoulders. Pre-6 can struggle a little bit, but post-6 will probably want to be cycloning to, every lane and get an advantage for his laners. All the players we do have to do 20 picks for, well, a tournament pick and ban in the client, just to make sure everyone knows which role is going to be played in what. So it is going to take us a little bit longer to get into the game. Could only be a few minutes now. If anyone in chat has some early predictions about what we think we're going to see, let me know. If you got any insight into the game as well too, I want to hear it. I want to hear some takes. Let's just put an announcement quickly. No stream sniping indeed. We do not do that here. That is spell YouTube. And we're just waiting for the spectator delay now. Well, you know, we got some good admins here. We're always on the case. Two minutes. Go. All right. I have put a message in the Discord to let everybody know that we have got the game. We've got the game up. I am going to say that the first blood is going to go to I'm going to go Jetman. I think day 4 is going to get the first blood, and it is going to happen in the bot lane. That is my official first blood prediction for this game. Yeah, I got 9 seconds left, so yeah. I don't know what everyone's having for dinner tonight. I got like just a massive plate of chicken nuggets because I've been, you know, streaming since 4 p.m. I just put them in the oven between it. I got a second plate as well too. Alright, let's get into this. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to do that one again.
Trying to find the zone, and now it's Daxon for the steal on the Elder Dragon.
Tizza might have something to say about it though. The grand entrance Shockwave is gonna catch 2 and he's gonna end
Stupid Pepper in the background. Pepper, it's a little bit too late too soon.
Are you not intrigued? Lot of good mages out there. None of them are this. Ha! Are you not?
Okay, good to go. I actually didn't mean to play the intro again on that one. I forgot to change my scene transition. But again, great intro. So nothing wrong with that. And like I said, starts on the 17th of May, and that is what we are in. We are here right at the start. We're good to go. Let's see. So both junglers starting in the top. They got wards in each area though. Don't know what they're doing. Both raptors are sufficiently visioned up. Top lanes, we're going at it. Looks like Lysandra is pushing in. Well, sorry, he's got streamer mode on, so that's okay. We know who he is. Can't hide from the OBL. Looks like Slimped is going in on the Rumble. I'm going to say going in hot. Normally what the Rumble does with that Flame Spitter. But this time it's Sion charging up the Qs. He's going to stun him up again. And it looks like Slimped is, you know, going to go for it. I don't think he's going to quite get it. He doesn't. Halo does manage to run away from that one. But early advantage for Slimped is going to feel super good. He's got the Grasp as well, so gonna be able to freely proc that. Continue to stack that health right from the start. Wrangle and the Sliver gonna be just trying to farm up. Looks like Hero wants to fight over the Scuttle. Thanking for some assistance on there. Will, Kato, and Paranoid come help him. Paranoid does knock up Wrangle. Lox is gonna eat a couple shots. Lysandra is also down here right now, joined by Govos, as they are trying to convene onto himself and Jetman. Meanwhile, the bells are ringing as Paranoid continues to be a pest. Thunder burning teleport early. Slimped is still having a great time into this Rumble. It's only going to get better as well too, as Lysandra is coming in on Govo, is going to get charmed up. And Halo might be in trouble here. Has to flash out. Responding flash from Slimped. He's going to get him. It's just going to be one more auto attack, and there it goes. Never mind. I was wrong about my first blood prediction. It's going to be Slimped in the top lane. Taking the lead. He's got Cull as well too, so it's going to feel super farming. He's playing Farming Simulator 2026 in client right now. It's like when you build Minecraft inside Minecraft. That's what he's doing. Except it's a Farming Simulator. Both mid laners picking up Dark Seal. We got the Scorched Claw Pup on the junglers. They're looking to burn and hurt their opponents. Yeah. Good point. Halo did stand in the queue a little bit there. Couldn't really out-damage it. And poor Jetman got double scuttled actually. Hero getting both of those after the bot/scuttle fight didn't go their way. And again, charge Q onto Halo. Gonna get some damage back though, as Sion does retreat. A couple of harpoons land and the Flame Spitter to boot. But again, just another charge Q. He's been getting hit on the edge of those every single time. Yeah, just and ult as well to get a bit more damage out. And the carpet is laid down. In the end, they're just going to both be on a 4th health. Got Mountain Drake up. As Jetman he's down and around. But so is the Wukong. Looking like Rakan might wrap around for a mid lane gang. Alistair's in the area as well too. Just a vision game right now. Both teams layering and clearing these wards. They don't want to start the dragon and potentially get collapsed on. Scuttle gonna go Giro's way probably. Now definitely, it's confirmed. CS is pretty even between all the laners. No real advantages. Wrangle got to get that BF sword first back, always feels good. Even the supports on identical CS at 10 apiece. And Giro's going to take the first dragon. Not really too much of a challenge. Meanwhile, Jetman's taking his blue buff. Got him some vision inside bot side jungle. Apparently back into the engage. Jetman is looking for a gank onto Rumble. See the pings coming out. I think Rumble might be a bit. I think he's got some wave there. Cataclysm onto him though. Charge Q's gonna knock him up again, and yeah, looks like that might be Rumble down as Jetman gets kill. Goes 1-0. And wave doesn't matter when the Jarvan can just Cataclysm onto you. I should have noticed that he had that one up. And you also can't really escape the Scion Q when you're stuck inside a Cataclysm. Although the little robot might be hovering, those walls that Jarvan puts up are just too high. Get a bit of a jungle fight as Hero wants that blue buff. In the end, Jetman does secure with a nice smite. Bot lane is coming up to help in case they are needed. And the Scion ult to get back into lane. Not too much action mid. Both mids just sitting with their Dark Seals. Continuing to farm. Looks like Ahri is aware that the Jarvan is up there, but Jetman and Slamp are gonna use some of that prio to presumably go for the grubs. Boy grubs. Torpedo lands. Sounds alright. He's a level up. Ghost and Paranoid are both here. Support has roamed. It is going to be the Lysandra ult out. And Cyclone used. Cataclysm onto 2 as Jetman is going to go down in the end. Rumble just melts him. And Lox is running for his life, but I don't think he's going to get to keep it. Hero did also go down, so that's jungler for jungler. And I spoke too soon. Lox is quick. And now Paranoid is risking his life to clear a couple wards. In the end, it looks like 1-for-1 jungle trade. And 1 grub going over to the side of Coven so far. 2 are still up. And Hero is pinging it. He's going to be there. Jetman will know, but he's got his entire topside camped up, including red buff. So not sure if he wants to. He thinks it's worth the engage. Ahri's there was ready as well too, and so is Rumble. I would pull it off. He's going to get charmed up by Govos. As there's the flash engage from Lox. Double knock up. Paranoid's going to go down first, and Rumble is in the midst of everything, trying to burn down the Lysandra. Jetman is going to go down eventually, but not before he gets enough damage onto the Wukong for Slint to take him out. Slint is now trying to solo Halo, charge Chi onto him. Lox in the area. Oh, and I did not notice that. Up in the top side, we still had the Ahri and Lysandra battling it out, mid against mid. But it is going to go the way of Ahri. And Halo could still be in danger. Govos is coming to back him up though. Probably not looking too good for him, but here's Lox. stayed in the area. Flame Spitter out. It's going to take out Lox. But Scion gets a double kill. Taking out the Ahri and the Rumble. Lox will be typing worth in chat. Support down for a double kill for your top lane. It feels pretty good. And finally, looks like Jetman's going to take the last grub and technically secure the objective as we get the first Wind Drake coming up. And man, look at this Scion. 5, 0, and 2 in the top lane. He'll be feeling very good. Got an individual gold lead of over 1,000 now. Pretty much he's the significant part of Coven's current gold lead. Usually you pick Scion and it's your weak side jungle, pressure soaking. Probably a little bit behind most of the time. Not Scion. These Scions are built different. Paranoid goes in on Lox. Does not care. One for one on the dragons. TP burned by Slimp to get back up and continue farming.
Spinning flames of fury.
Ahri's gonna get a ward all the way onto Jetman's red buff. Harpoon goes wide. Lion continues, pushes in the wave. Looks like Wupa wants to take the blue buff, but Big 4 and Lysandra are there. True Ice from Lysandra, Cataclysm onto Govos, and he's gonna just get out with the Ahri ult. It's gonna result in a double kill in the end. Ahri did go down eventually to Wrangle, and Wrangle came up and cleaned up onto Giro. Kills all across the board. Looks like Slempt is going to ult away. Both the ADCs have been left alone quite a lot so far, as the supports have been very mobile this game. They have been everywhere, every lane, and Halo is putting pressure onto Slim. Harpoon goes wide, and so does the ult. Flash engage onto Wrangle. Can Paranoid get it? Barrier is going to get popped. The Mystic Shot is going to go just wide, but in the end gets him with the gets him with the Mystic Shot. It's True Shot Barrage that goes wide. Need to polish up on my Ezreal ability names. You know what's really bad is I know what the Rumble alt name is, but I am just blanking every single time. I know what it is too. I've said it so many times. For the life of me, I am blanking on the Rumble Ultimate. So, if anyone can help me out on that, that would be great. And the Lysandra ult. Forget what that one's called. This Lint is still got his Titanic Hydra. Wrangle is under more pressure, is gonna walk away, but Giro's here. That's one dead Stiver. And that is a couple TPs burned. Giro does go down in the end. Lysandra flashes in to get the kill onto Ahri. Makes it a double kill. Lox is back in, knocking everyone up. And Jetman Cataclysm onto Ezreal is going to take him down. Paranoid is also going to finish himself, or get finished off in the end. And the resultant is going to be a 2-for-4 trade for Coven. That was a greedy dive on by Giro. I think Wrangle just managed to survive a little bit too long. And he ended up having a flash for it, and then was just caught out between turrets. Not like the bot turret is low. And their Halo is continuing to charge. Continuing to stand in the middle of the Scion queue, trying to out damage him with a flame spitter. That's how he's been killed before, but why not try again? Fox is going to get charmed up and stunned here. Govos dashes onto Wrangle though, so we'll escape in the end. A massive engage onto Slempt. He's gonna ult away though. Lox comes in, knocks up everybody. Jetman jumps onto them. Is gonna get 100-0'd pretty quickly. Charm onto Wrangle, gonna result in a dead Sivir. Slempt is still up, but he has to flash out just to avoid getting taken down. And that's probably gonna be kept Chemtech Drake over to Perifani. They know Lox and Lysandra are both here. Lox is still going to go in on Govos. Dash back after a knock up from Paranoid. I think this one is over though. Perifani will take the lead. 2 Drakes to 1. All the first items pretty much coming through here. Got double Triforce for Perifani on Wukong and Ezreal. Blackfire Torch on the Ahri. Looking to do a bit more burn on that. Still keeping the Darksteel, 3 stacks on it. And we got Zeke's Revenge for both the supports recently being buffed. So feels pretty good. I think, what is it? So it used to proc on ultimate, and now it just procs after time in combat, I think. Pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong though. And since both of them like to go into combat, it does provide a lot of value with the slowdowns. And will help them survive a bit longer as well too, to, you know, proc that time in combat. Seeker's Arm Guard has been bought by Lysandra. Wants that extra survivability and option to stay alive. Things everywhere right now. We're in that Baron area. Halo gonna eat another charge Q from Slempt. Still feeling good. Only one on the Rift to not die. Having a grand Scion game. Lox is in Gyro's jungle. Getting some vision. We'll get spotted out in a control ward in the pit. Takes it out though. Rift Shield is going to be used by Jetman. I don't know if it was deliberate or not, as it was a weird location for it. It's just going to run away though. Continues to run. Is gonna, yeah, he's gonna get all the way down. That is 1 driver's license. I can give him, yeah, I can give him a driver's license for that. That is driver's license worthy. Passed his test. Rockabout completed for Govos. Feeling pretty good about it. He does take a lot of health from that Lysandra. Got about a 3k gold lead, just over, for a Coven. Looking to gank Lysandra. It's gonna go down before Lysara can use the ult or the Seeker's Arm Guard, which has now been upgraded to full stopwatch. Or Hourglass. It is an Hourglass. I should call it an Hourglass. Gonna be 2 turrets apiece now. We've got 4 down here coming in on that mid turret. Sion is in the bush.
Audacious bravery shield.
And Ari's upgraded that Dark Seal to a SGI's Soul Stealer. Looking to put some pages in the book. Next attempt at Drake up in 30 seconds. Baron is still on the map. Double knockup by Jetman, but Cyclone's going to get onto him and take away most of his health. Now all of it. Does get the Cyclone out in time, but it's not going to do much. Slimt is here, and he is taking a lot of the damage. Ult from Lysandra. Going to slow down a few. Gets knocked back by Paranoid into the turret range and taken down very quickly after that. Flash out from Slim trying to retain that perfect scorecard. Charge Q onto Paranoid is going to result in him taking 2 turret shots and dying. But I don't think they're going to keep this turret very long. As Govo takes a shot, Govos takes a shot from it, and yeah, they're just going to retreat and take the dragon. And that's, yeah, that is 8 more pages in the book for Ari. Feeling good. Could we see a Scion carry this game? Is this all on Scion? We're looking that way with a 2,000 individual gold lead, which is more than the current total lead of Coven, which means the rest of the lanes are down a bit, which they are. Jetman's up. Sandra's down. Wrangle is down by 1,000. And the supports are even. Perifani still do have that 3-1 Drake, so they are on soul point. It will give them a lot of choice when it does come up to Baron time. Slimt is feeling pretty good. Going into Ari, he's got that Jack shows, so extra tanky against all members of Perifani. Also just got the I want to say chainmail and that magic skirt thing. And Jetman's gonna go down here with the true shot barrage, taking out a lot of health from everybody. And Lux is gonna just get out. Oh, misses the dash over the wall and dies because of it. Probably gonna be a Baron. Taken by Perifani here, with the jungler, mid, and support of Coven gone. No competition on that. Sion's gonna do his best to push the lane out a little bit. But in the end, just one lonely Sion. Now with Chemtech Drake in 2.5 minutes, it should just overlap with the Baron take as well. Could give Perifani quite the advantage on it. Yeah, things coming out, looking to dissuade Coven from thinking they have a chance at it. More damage onto Halo. As even with the Baron powered minions and champ, Sion he's feeling fine. This turret, however, is not feeling fine. We are going to get a bit of a 4v5 though around the inner bottom turret, as those long range cannon minions are doing their best to take it down. Spell shield out of Wrangle is going to negate the true shot from Ezreal, and down goes that turret. At least Lyssandra's in the top lane pushing. Cataclysm on a 2 from Jetman is going to get knocked back by Paranoid and die and get nothing out of it. Maybe a bit of force that wasn't needed there. And that is going to be the inhibitor turret going down, and the inhibitor as well too. Lysandra is recalling. They're looking to take the inner mid turret now though. Three items onto Lysandra. Malignance and Crypto Bloom and the Hourglass. Looks like Ari's trying to get that Rabadon's online. Got the two needlessly large rods. And Ezreal's looking pretty dangerous right now. 4-1 and 4, up in a bit of CS. 4 items. His shots hurt. If he can land them, gonna be dangerous to be a member of Coven right now. Paranoid is gonna momentarily be stunned. Oh, that was a tough word to say. As we're once again just 5v5 in it. Everyone's in the bush. Cataclysm on a 2, and once again Jarvan's gonna get knocked out of his Cataclysm and die. The strip laid down from Rumble, Cyclone out from Wukong knocks everybody up. Slimp is knocked back, separated from the rest of the fight, and is going to take his first death. Lux and Wrangle is still up. Spell Shield is not going to do much against the Flamethrower, but does actually does take him down. So those boomerangs doing a lot of work. The ricochets are definitely ricocheting, and Kato's shot just misses both of them. Doesn't quite stop anybody's back. Both junglers were down. Might still be a free dragon though for the Ezreal and Alistar duo, as Wrangle had to go back to clear the wave. Those locks, because otherwise the super minions were just gonna continue to tear into the base. They are going to leave the dragon though. Not feeling like they can take it safely right now. Didn't know the exact whereabouts. The Coven bot lane. Both junglers taking their red buff. And we're all going to be fighting over this dragon. Perifani wants soul. Coven want to deny soul, and they have started it up. Jetman rates his smite, obviously. It's gonna get stolen though. Gira gets the dragon. Jetman Jetman Cataclysm onto 2. In the end, he's stuck in his own walls as he's taken down, and that is a none for 4. Sion's got no health and is gonna try to move back into base, but this might just be the first game done and over. Going aside are Perifani. Actually, I was saying that. Perifani Aegean take the first game. I feel like I can safely call it right now, as Slimp is not backed again by this cow. And we could do a montage this game of all the times Paranoid knocked back a member of the Coven. It felt pretty constant. Let's see. How are we looking for the numbers? Yeah, I mean, in the end, that Remel damage definitely added up. Not a good start for Halo, but you could say turned it on, turned the flame spitter on in that mid to late game, and definitely started outputting quite a lot. Jarvan just couldn't really find the footing in that mid game. A lot of cataclysms, not really creating any value. Ended up in him being alone and taken down. That Alistair was a menace though. Ends up over 1,000 gold lead over the support. Over his support opponent. Anyway, let's get into the second game draft. Let's do this. Game 2. Spectator. And I got the transition correct this time, which is good. And that Govos guy did play something. I won't say if he played well or not until the end, though. But, you know, maybe a top tip from a bronze player. I would, you know. I was playing tennis yesterday, and I was maybe barking a little bit too much at my opponent. Thought he made a pretty bad line call, and you know, I'm not usually too confrontational about that stuff, but I suppose I was just in a bad mood or something. Lost the game, and then I just felt really stupid. Because you know, always feel stupid after. All right, game 2. Anyway, but I won the next game I played, so that's all good. Ended up winning more tennis sets than I lost that day, so we'll take it. OBL tennis win. I know no one in his chat said that, but I'm just bringing it up myself. I reckon I could beat most of the OBL in a tennis tournament. And I will throw that shade. That is considerate shade thrown. Good point, Brayden. Let me update that. But Perifani won game 1. Go, where's my text properties? There we go. Yeah, it was a close game until it wasn't a close game. Coven got off to a decent start, early objectives, and I mean, Slimt had a great Scion game for a while there. And unfortunately, it was Lystar's Lasana was pretty good as well too. Got ahead, but the bot lane duo of Kato and Paranoid managed to get the best of Wrangle and Locks, unfortunately for them. And Jetman's J4 kind of fell flat on a lot of engages. There's some key champions being taken away. I'd like to, you know, I think Giro, you could pull out some odd junglers for sure. Like a Silas, Graves, get something entertaining. A Viego. Got a few bathroom breaks just to come through for our players. They're kindly letting me know. I mean, at least they let me know, right? It'd be worse if I was just left here in the lobby saying I was ready for draft and then and then nothing. Yeah, exactly. Nick. I just the Rumble, yeah, entered lane at the start for sure. I mean, I'm not going to say entered, but definitely got taken advantage of by Scion. But put the boosters on literally and got back. Did a lot. Anyway, I'm gonna quickly Rumble Ultimate, because this is bugging me, man. I know what the Rumble Ultimate's called, and I could not remember. Rumble. Please. And I know it, and it's so annoying that I didn't figure it out. Let's see. Equalizer. Oh my gosh. I I know it's called Equalizer. I know it's called Equalizer. I don't know why I could not figure that out. That was like one of the first abilities I learned like the name of. Because it's such an easy one to call out. It's on screen and it's obvious. That's okay though. We'll get him next time. Similar bands right at the start with the Way and Govos. I reckon Way and Govos probably just permabanned the entire time. Both supports probably going to opt for more engage for the most part. I think Karma will be banned. Yep. Jinx banned as well. Smolder probably going to get banned as well too. I think we're going to get Zed, Smolder, Jinx every game against Perifani, and Ash going to get banned out. Third pick this time. Surprise, no Yunara ban. I know Wrangle's a very good Yunara player. There's that Rise, gonna get picked up by Govos. That was banned second round last time. Bad start on the Ari. Game 1. Pulled it back though. Wanted to maybe feel a bit more comfortable this time. But there's a Yunara that I was mentioning that is gonna get picked up by Wrangle. And yeah, Lulu gonna get taken by Locks. Again, another ban last time. They're gonna pick it up before it gets banned away again this time. Yunara Lulu, super strong bot lane. I'm sure this is something that Locks and Wrangle have played a lot together. Caitlyn's gonna be at the counter that Kato picks. Bit more range. Both champs have, decent late game usability. There's that Thresh coming through for Paranoid. He does love a lot of hook champs in my notes that what I've written down. I am looking forward to seeing the chains that he can land. I see some good hooks. Thresh is such a fun character to play. It's so much fun to play. There's so many things you can do with Thresh. Yeah, it's really good fun. Anivia is Lysar's choice. Keep it on theme with the Freylord for the characters. First game Lysandra, second game Anivia. Orin gonna get banned against Halo. Not too surprising. Good Orin player. Could do well with their comp right now as a couple upgraded items. Ornaments for both Caitlyn and Ryze go hard. And just does provide a lot of front line for that Caitlyn especially. I mean, combined with the appeal from Thresh would make that Caitlyn feel almost too safe. And Jesse, you no problem at all for that game earlier. It was such a good game to cast. It was actually so much fun. It was a really, really fun game. I look forward to casting both teams again. And we're gonna have a lot of games this split, so I'm sure we will. Malphite, and there's a Silas ban actually from Coven onto Giro. Thought the Silas might come out. Still got the Viego and Graves. I don't know. We have got this deck over here. It's gonna be Pantheon. Okay. That is gonna be the another meta jungler. Gonna be a contested mid lane because you've got the Pantheon point and click stun, and then Anivia has got the skill shot stun as well. Could result in quite a lot of chain CC and damage onto Govos. So that Rise is gonna have to somehow be speedy, even though we don't have don't see now. Why am I blanking? I don't have phase rush anymore in the game. Cassante and Nefari are going to be the last two picks for Perifani. Cassante makes sense, like with that Orm ban. Coven know it, I know it, you guys know it. They want more health and they want some frontline. And Nefari is going in the jungle. Nefari is in a good spot right now with the Voltaic Cyclosword, whichever one you want. And we saw it last series as well too. Sniffer played a great Nefari game. Mid though, but it can do similar things in the jungle. I don't know it well enough to know if there's a specific build difference between the two. But I think Voltaic will still probably be first and rushed. Feels really good on the dog. And then the Zahan getting picked up for Slimt. Once again, I've been asking players how they feel about themselves, if they have any fun facts they want to share with me. And no matter how many times I put in as an example, like, because of course, this is the first time we've been asking players for some more exposition for their matches, get a real good story going. And I keep putting in examples or telling people that, like, tell me your favorite color, I just or tell me your favorite dinosaur. Like, give me something fun to work with that I can talk about you for, Maybe there's something very specific. You prefer one type of pie or the other. But anyway, back to what I was saying, that Slimp says he's got a carry top champ pool. And I'd agree. It looks that way. Because even when we got him on the Scion, which is not normally a carry top, he played it like it was a carry top. And he did carry for a little bit there. Let's see, just trying to get into the tournament draft. Oh, it looks like the draft was bugged. Visually on my screen, I somehow had managed to be the 6th member of a team. That is not happening. As much as it would be fun to just be the 6th member of one of these squads, I'm not doing that. Not playing that. Some other comments we got from the players for this game. Already touched on Lysar. No way he's the worst mid. If he's the worst mid in OBL, we got some big problems. Well, no, I don't know, because he's a really of course master level player. So if he's the worst mid, maybe that means OBL has got just everyone phenomenal mids. But nah, there's no way he's the worst. So, and then Jetman thinks he's an underrated Div 2 player. I've got news for you. You are not a Div 2 player, and this is not a Div 2 match. I think I will, as far as I'm concerned, you're a well-rated Div 1 player. And Rango refuses to drop midwave. I mean, tell me something new. That one's old now, isn't it? I feel like it gets brought up every time he plays. Every time we cast him. But, I mean, if you're going to proliferate it by also bringing it up as a player every time, then kind of all you have to work with. And lastly, Lox is a self-proclaimed kid in support. Playing Lulu though, so fitting this game. Wasn't so fitting last game with the Rakan. I don't really associate with Rakan with kiddens. Lulu though, yeah. And thinks he's Eminence's son. Another very, very good support player in the OBL. Does anybody know how some of the other games are going? If you're keeping an eye on the game in chat, let me know about it. We have some other results coming through. Okay, well, that's funny. After Blake reposts the exact way we're supposed to be posting game results, we just get somebody putting 1. Fair enough. What about some Div 2 game results? Looks like the Juicers took on Performative Matcha Boys and took it 2-0. Good game from them. Oh yeah. Very good game. Like surely not. Damn. Well, Ahmed the Beast. Definitely the beast in that match. For anyone wondering, went 6-0-5 on a Corky in game 1. And then went 21-1 on Jin in game 2. So that is a pretty good showing for them. Ended the game with 21,000 gold. The enemy team ADC, who had the most gold, had 12,000 gold. It's a good result for the Juicers, looking like a strong Div 2 team. I'm sure we will see them up on the stream at some point. No doubt about it. Great to see everyone taking this seriously. Leading to a lot of really, really good games. Got 1.5 minutes left on the spectator delay. And well, it didn't work last time, but I suppose I will I'll make another first blood prediction. I'm not gonna go with Jetman again. I wasn't far off last time. He got the second blood. Not in the place I called it though. And it is gonna be, well, I'm gonna show respect to Slemt and say Slemt is gonna get first blood onto the Sante of Halo. Because if he can have a start like he did on Sion with a much more damage-orientated champion in Zahen, then I think he'll do just fine. And should be able to get that quite handily. If you ask me, that is my prediction. All right, looks like we are getting into game. My game volume needs to be turned up at all or anything, just let me know as well. All looks good on my end, but as always, keep me updated. Let's get chat and objective timers up here. We want to see what the characters are saying, and we want to see when the next dragon is gonna appear. Thresh opting for Oracle Lens first. Not worrying too much about placing vision, he just wants to deny vision. Little fist bump. Fist bump. Big fist bumps to all the players and viewers. And early damage onto Govos. Q start for Pantheon, as always, isn't going to get a stun on or anything. Paranoid is waiting in the bush, but it looks like Wrangle and Lox are also correct in being a little bit paranoid about the potential of that. Aftershock also is being buffed as well too. Well, I think Thresh has built that, and the hook's gonna go very, very wide. Bit of a prediction, it didn't pan out exactly how Paranoid won it, and oh my goodness, is that not the cutest Lulu skin I have ever seen? That's actually adorable. What? There's like a little fish on her head. And there's another little fish following her around. That's actually amazing. I've never seen that one before. That makes me incredibly happy. And then we've got the pool party Yunara to go with it. Very fitting. It's like Govos is gonna be gonna push in on the rise. Push that Anivia back a little bit. Maybe an early gank here by the Nefaris, wrapping around. Got level 3, and Lox is not doing too good. That might be a fish fry on the Lulu, and Caitlyn gonna get the kill. First blood over to Kato. I am wrong again. Lysara's still just taking the damage. And level 3 gank by the Pantheon. Flash out from Govos. Flash in from Jetman. He's got the Q. He's going to take it, but he's going to give it over to Anivia. Doesn't throw the final spear. And Slemt is struggling a little bit. He's got the wave pushed in though. He's just going to recall. No TP, so going to have to walk back to lane like a poor man. 1 for 1, both junglers doing their best to help out the lanes. Play comes in from Paranoid onto Wrangle. It's gonna really damage Kato there. Hook lands onto Lox, but Caitlyn was not in a position to damage, fortunately. Now, ideally, what you really want to be looking for is that fresh hook pull over a Caitlyn trap. That's a lot of, you know, a lot of stun, resulting in a lot of damage normally. I'm sure both Paranoid and Kato know about that interaction, and we'll be looking for something like it, as they're very high level players. A couple Qs coming out from this Cassante. Dash in from Jetman. Lands a stun, lands a Q, shields up. Flash out from Halo, flash in from Slammed. Does he have the pullback? He does get the knock up. And that is going to be a dead Jetman and a revived Cassante. So 1 for 1. And both flashes burned. Pretty fair overall. Oh. Flash and barrier at a wrangle just to escape with their life. But it's not going to matter, as the flash into lantern combination from Thresh is going to get Kato into right position. That's going to result in a double kill for the Caitlyn. 3-0, and it's only 5 minutes into the game. It could be looking dim for our Coven bot lane again. That fish skin Lulu just not slippery enough. And I think Caitlyn has got a taste for sushi. That was so creative. Gonna be an Infernal Drake on the cards for the first Drake. Hero he's in the area. So is Jetman though. Couple wards out. As Slempt is getting really getting pushed in here. Few lands and Santa gets a knockback. He does have the all out available. Meanwhile, Slempt is still level 5. Could look to carry him over a wall. Like a hero with the glizzy skin on the far. Knockback again on the slam. And this Cassante is just punishing a lot right now. It's shames. Jetman's in the area, but that Cassante just doesn't quite have enough health to make a gank worthwhile. Doesn't feel like a percentage play, and if it's not a good percentage play, probably not the right one to make. While this happens, we do have Hero taking the first break of the game, as they knew that Jetman was up in that jungle. Wall onto Govos is gonna mean he can't escape the storm put up by Lysar so easily, as Lysar does fly away. Thresh is rotated up mid lane. Looks like they're gonna go for a quick invade on the enemy jungle. Meanwhile, Lysar is trying to get the last shot onto Rise, but he's going to use Ghost and get out of there. Not too sure if Gobo's doing the right thing, standing in the middle of the storm, just trying to outdamage Lysar. Doesn't pay for it yet though. Oracle onto Paranoid. Few lands onto Slam. Gonna pull him back, and that's just more damage out to the Zion. Finally got his ult up. Ooh. Dane can't quite connect. Well, it's a whip, isn't it, actually? Because it's the high noon skin, so. You know what? Ace, you are the GOAT, actually. I'll have you know. But you know what the great thing about GOATs is? Is that it can be more than one. It's like a goat farm. Not just one goat at a goat farm. There's a lot of goats. That's why it's a farm. And in the scenario that it's a goat farm, then we can all be goats in the goat farm. I mean, there must be, right? Like, I've never seen a goat farm, but they have cow farms for, like, normal cow milk, and I know goat milk's a thing, so there must be goat farms somewhere. I had friends who had goats. Anyway, Halo is, again, just landing these Qs on the Slampton and knocking them back. And well, in case that is you, Grunky, then of course you're the GOAT as well, too. Once again, Halo putting pressure on the Slim. Caitlyn is well and truly pushed up in that bot lane, trying to take a few turret plates. Is definitely gonna do so. Hook just goes long. Flay for disengage. Lox is running in. Trap doesn't connect. And Kato's gonna take the lantern. The gates go up by Thresh, and that is gonna slow them down just enough to get him out of it. There's that all out over the wall that I thought about earlier, and the Zarhan ult to disengage is not gonna be enough. Jetman is in the area, but he does not want the smoke from both the Nefari and the Cassante. There's some good wall placement. Stun lands from Lysar. A lot of damage onto Govos. Misses, unfortunately. And yes, we do have the Ocean Drake up. That is another. Oh, flashes the trap. Flay to disengage again. Kato is gonna probably go down though. Yep, that's a little bit just too much knockup. There's a good ult from Pantheon. And a good flash from Wrangle to not get caught up. It's a very good flash. Like, that was like a frame perfect flash to not get caught on that trap. Oh, long range stun onto Govos. Fortunately, Lysar is not in range to follow up, but the Q does connect. The long range spear added Jetman. Doing spear shot proud. I'm sure he yelled strike without warning at his monitor. After that one. No, I would. Even Gabe State, a couple hundred gold is difference. You know, that's a pocket change when you're looking at a total sum of 20,000. If only I had a total sum of 20,000 right now. Unfortunately, I don't. Bot lane quest completed for Kato, not request. Hero's coming down, but there's a control ward there, so they know he's here. But the dragon's also down there, and Jetman's all the way up in the top part of his jungle, so they might just do that. And they will just do that. They also know his ultimate is on cooldown after they did use it on a gank earlier. Hook onto Anivia, and the headshot gonna get there in time. That is an egg. Is it gonna be a boiled one? No. Anivia does get out in time. And ultimate from Hero onto the Thresh, gonna go untargetable to avoid the turret shot, but it goes to Govos instead, who gets taken down by the Anivia. Unfortunately, Govos had to suffer for the very, very egregious ultimate coming out of Hero on that one. It's not like Thresh doesn't play well under turret, having multiple ways to keep you under turret while also stopping you from moving. Probably not the best target to go on to when you're looking for a tower dive. And all they got out of it was the Anivia egg. Taking a few turret shots is the I actually don't know what interaction that was there. Yeah, there's a reason why Sahan's saying take 2 on that one. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, the all out was used, but that must, I don't know how it didn't catch. It's alright. Halo is still doing very well. A couple levels ahead in comparison to the Zahan. Looks like Wrangle's managed to get that CS back up again a little bit. On pretty much, well, on exact CS parity with the Caitlyn. Got Kraken Slayer as opposed to the Hex Optics. Kraken Slayer feeling pretty good for the Cassante. Stun goes wide. And the Realm Warp doesn't get the doesn't get Thresh in time. Paranoid walked there, but he couldn't quite get it to circle. I don't know if he was trying to, but it looked like he was. Anyway, that Caitlyn is gonna get dove. Tries to flash in to get locks for a bit of a trade, but there's the all out. Actually connecting this time from Halo. Another Q knockback. Slimp is surviving. He's got revive as well. He's got enough damage built up. These top laners, they don't quit. And this Anivia damage is starting to hurt a lot. Stun again, wide. Another objective for Giro. He's got every single objective so far. Both dragons, 3 grubs. Thresh was there hoping to land a hook, but ends up having to just throw out the lantern instead to save his mid laner. Cloud Drake up in a minute. Going to be Cloud Soul. Last game was Hextech. Last game was Chemtech Soul, so good to see something different. More circles from Wrangle. There are a couple people in that bush. Paranoid is going to pop the sweeper, so we'll be aware. He'll be a knower. Got bull knowledge on a topic. Garrus is low. Gonna run away from the Anivia. Oh, there's the storm, and Govos is gonna go down. Yep. Wrangle's gonna take the kill in the end. Probably going to give a bit of prio over to the Coven for this Drake in 5 seconds with no rise. Rift Herald getting popped up. They want to flash in from Jetman onto the Cassante. All out from the Cassante to escape. Looks like overgrowth onto the Pantheon. Back again on the Cassante. Hook onto Pantheon. Jetman's going to go down after being dragged into the prison put up by Thresh. Kalen's still up. Wrangle's still up. That's all the damage there on both ends, and it's just going to be the junglers going down. Teleport is coming out of Cassante. Halo wants some more. He's not happy with just the Pantheon. He wants to rest as well too. They feel like they have an advantage and they want to get soul point. They don't want to get stopped, but the Coven, they want to stop them. Both junglers up and already, both with ult as well. Paranoid clearing the vision Flint is here onto Paranoid. He might just take him down too quickly, yet that is one dead Thresh. Thresh is no more. Govish is running around the edges. Doesn't get caught out. It's a scuttle down. Next is the dragon. And yes, Perifani are gonna give this one. Nope. He doesn't get the steal. Misses the flash, can't get out of the wall, and that is a dead Nefari ult out of the Zahan onto Govos. Govos is down. Wrangle is not... I almost mixed up Anivia with someone else. Wrangle is not chasing anybody. Wrangle is chasing midwave. Because Wrangle does not drop midwave. Staying true to his quote on that one, as they are looking to drop the mid tower for a Perifani though. An unfortunate play for Perifani. Gero goes in, misses the steal, and then Bronze flashes into the wall. I think I have done that so many times. And it feels bad, man. That is going to stop the dragon stacking for Perifani though, and put a little bit of pep in the step for Coven, as they are now 12-6 in kills, up 4k gold. And what was looking a little bit rough, especially with that 3-hour early lead that Caitlyn got and the Cassante damage at the start, it's looking like Govos is going to get solo killed by the Anivia and goes down. Put another one on the scoreboard. 6-13. As finally, maybe Zahan is not going to get dove under this turret and die this time. And let's take a look at that gold. Yeah, I mean, Xante's still ahead by over 1,000, but everywhere else is looking up Coven. They got 2k on the jungle. Pantheon's feeling great. This Anivia is so online and is only going to get more online with a 2k gold lead. And Wrangle, 1.5k gold lead. Looks like that Yanara was right to be a priority for him. As Slimp is going to, once again, just try to walk away from this Cassante. Cassante is just going to continue damaging him under turret. Turret shots are barely tickling right now for him. Although, starting to do a bit more than tickle. Slimp has got his passive revive up, so might feel like he has an advantage here. All out from Cassante. Gets him over the wall. There's the ultimate from Slim. Is going to revive. Cassante is going to back off. It's decent trade overall for Slims. Feel too bad about that. Wrangle's pushing in mid again. There's a re-engage from Slimt onto Halo. I'm not too sure if this was the right call. Round warp in from Govos. And Slimt recognizes that. Tries to walk away, but Thresh and Caitlyn are here. This might be a dead Zahan. No passive up. Hook does go wide, but that Caitlyn range is a little bit too much. Meanwhile, it was all one big distraction because the Coven are taking the Baron. And that Anivia is going to mount the Baron. Headshot onto Wrangle, going to chunk him out for a little bit. Hero is here, goes untargetable. There's a flash in from somebody, but once again, does not get the steal. Jetman is going to go down, but the rest of Coven is going to escape. A flash in from, I think it must have been a flash flay from Paranoid. Not too sure what the play was there. Trying to probably get Jetman out of the way. And that's going to be another stun onto Gero. Takes another turret shot. Can't stay untargetable forever. And is going to go down. That's twice now at least that he's dove the mid turret and died because of it. Hook onto Anivia. A lot of damage off, but not quite going to be enough. And still, there is the egg form. Looks like this inner mid turret. Next on the list, on the hit list for Coven. A dragon up in half a second. Things out from Jetman. He knows about it. He wants his team to know about it. He wants it. There's a 2-level difference between our ADCs right now. But the fact that Kato is 5-2 on 1, Wrangle is level 14 to his level 12. And that is a polymorph Halo that flashes over the wall and still does not die because that's a Cassante. A Bluetooth hook on the Slim? What? That was so far to the right. I was about to, you know, call it conservative. But that is looking like the dragon going over. Early smite, but it does not matter. That is 2 for 2 on the dragons. Baron buff still present. Nivea Wall gets to flash out from Govos. And looks, yeah, they wanna push both lanes. Assistant pings coming out. We got 4-item Wrangle. That is a very dangerous Yinara. Anivia is 6-0-5. I mean, the egg form doing a bit of work there. Great game from Lysar. Really, really, really good game. And that's kind of where Perifani have come undone, is their mid and jungle. And once again, Govos is dead in the water. Not that there's any water, just dead. Ult onto Slamp from the dog. Slamp is got his revive up, but it's probably not going to be enough. It is not. They're going to take him out pretty handily. He's given a good run for it though. Ooh, crazy hook onto Jetman. Is gonna stay alive, but that was the hook if I've ever seen one. At least it puts a stop to the push from Coven. We're now 5k gold up. Yeah, this fry is just unfortunate. 0-7 and 2. Not where it needs to be right now. Baron's up in a minute 30. Dragon 2 minutes 30. Full point for whichever team that gets it. Dragon got red buff, bit of extra damage. Teams are convening mid. Once again, Perifani want that mid tower. Because, yeah, both their mid towers are down. Meanwhile, they have still not taken a single one yet, but they finally do. No stun from Anivia. Halo's looking for the inner top tower. Slimp is going to put a stop to that. And there's a Realm Warp too. It is a big gank onto Slimp. He's trying to stack up that passive. Ends up just escaping without it because the Nivea is teleporting in. The hook onto Wrangle is gonna get the flash, and that is none of the Govos. Flash from Nivea, not Wrangle. Could this just be a insta Baron for Coven? Looking like it might be. As yeah, Nefari is dead. Death's timer is still probably more time than it's going to take him to take the Baron down at this stage in the game. second Baron of the game now for Coven. And this is going to be timed super nicely for the dragon that's up in 40 seconds. We'll have enough time to back buy items, set up, and hopefully take it for him. Paranoid is doing his best to set up his own vision first, but one little control ward in the pit is probably going to get spotted pretty quickly by Jetman and co. No need to use your sweeper to do it. You can just see it. Pull from Anivia. Gets the Intargetal out of the Glizzy Dog. And there's the stun onto Rise. And once again, that is just simply a dead Rise. All out onto Wrangle is going to take him down though. That is a shutdown going over to the Cassante. Hook goes wide. Not too much damage from Anivia, but looks like the Thresh is going to be targeted. Paranoid does escape and pops the ultimate. Q's onto Slimp. Slimp is not got the passive and going to go down. And that is a collapse onto Coven. Stayed around a little bit too long. Probably should have just... The Dragon got the soul point and continued to push. But instead they try to take this inhibitor turret. And it is going to result in 3 of them going down for the price of 1 Govos. And to be honest, the going rate for Govos right now is pretty low. Paranoid is going to get chunked there. Fox is trying to help this Anivia do a bit of damage. Problem is, Anivia's on the wrong side of the wall. Not the one that he put up, but the one that is naturally on the map. Perifani are posturing for this dragon. Nefari's on it. They're probably going to get it. Yeah, they are going to get it. And that was a really good turn from Perifani. There's still 2 Baron members for Coven up, so they're going to continue that push. It didn't work the first time. They're just going to try it again. Better start at least. But they are not going to get the tower in the end. That is alright. Luckily there are more waves to come. Bit of 5v5 just around the entrance to the base. Lots of flashes down right now. Pretty much just Govos, Kato, and Wrangle have that tool in their belt. Control ward right past the gate. Govos gonna be spotted out in his own jungle. Dragon's up in 3 minutes. Probably closer to 4 actually. And we have got a 5 item Wrangle now into 4 item Caitlyn. Bit ahead in CS as well. And 2,000 ahead in gold. This mid difference is crazy. We have got 3.5k gold difference in the favor of Anivia. Jungle's up ahead by 1,000. Cassante is still up ahead 3k though, by himself. Massive engage onto Perifani, overgrowth onto Jetman. Govos is going to get out of there though. Has to burn the ghost. Wrangle flashes out to avoid instant death. Is going to do so by getting just enough damage, but dies in the end. Nefari is stuck in the Anivia storm. Blocks is low health. Chains onto Anivia. Is going to burn the flash to get away from that. Halo and Slimp are back at it again with the top lane duels, but Halo looks unkillable. Halo does not look... Well, I was going to say not look killable, but that's exactly what unkillable means. Look at that menacing health bar. That is Cassante fantasy. Being felt in real time. As we get a focus once again on this very, very cute fish skin. Still, I'm obsessed with it. Baron is up and under a minute now. I reckon that's Cassante 4 items after this back. Or maybe not. Not quite. Gotta be close though. And meanwhile, Zahan City on 2 items and components, so yeah. The top lane difference is very real. Slentor, he's feeling like he can't do too much damage right now, which doesn't feel good. Coven are looking for their 3rd Baron. Setting up for it. Onto Govos, who takes the lantern to escape. Jetman gets hooked, flayed, and he is gonna resurrect in the GA. Can he actually escape? It looks like he will be able to. Manage to flash out. Flash in from Cassante. Unstoppable onto Wrangle. All out is used. It's not actually used. There's the Zahan ult to knock up. And Giro and Jetman are dueling it out in the jungle. But Giro has backup. Jetman does not. And they are going to start up the Baron. They don't care that their jungler is no longer with them, but goes wide onto Wrangle. Feeling like he can engage now. He is going to get onto this polymorph Cassante, but this Cassante does not care about being polymorph. Govos is looking to do something. It's going to do something, and that something is Lox. Lox is done by the Cassante. And gets put on the death timer as well. Baron goes over to Perifani. So we have got a 3 Baron game. Almost 40 minutes. The dragon is up. Both junglers are up for both teams. If Perifani get this, that is Cloud Soul. Wrangle is looking pretty caught out here. Jetman's gonna try to come in to save him, but this Cassante is just so much front line for this Caitlyn. And the Caitlyn is going to, in the end, pretty much get rid of that Pantheon. Struggles here for the Coven. Technically, they've still got a gold lead, but it will be feeling pretty meaningless considering the fact that Perifani have Cloud Soul and Baron buff right now. And Caitlyn is online. Caitlyn is very much online and hurting. A lot of hurt. Big hurt. Massive hurt. Throwing absolute bricks at everyone's head. Look at that. Hero's even taking the blue buff of Pantheon. Wouldn't have seen that one 10 minutes ago. Hook from behind the wall does go wide. Pantheon insta-stun, but all out from Halo takes him down in half a second. That Pantheon is, you know, he's tripping over his feet the minute he lands from the skies. Looking like a base breaking push coming out of Perifani, as Wrangle is doing the best he can to clear this wave. The help from Anivia will get this done, but it will not be able to do both inhibitors at once, as the mid inhibitor does go down. Hook lands onto Zahan, has to burn the ultimate just to escape. Stun goes wide from Anivia. Perifani going to retreat, choosing not to push it. They saw what happened when Coven tried to do that in their base and decided to learn from the mistakes of their opposition. Baron up in 3 minutes, Elder up in 4. Could be getting a 45-minute game here. As we are still yet to see a kill on Govos. He's not got a single kill. 40 minutes and Govos has contributed 9 deaths, 0 kills. Unfortunate. Really is Cassante Caitlyn winning condition right now. Thresh is Paranoid's doing great on the Thresh though. A lot of really good hooks. He's been catching people out, and Coven aren't looking for the hooks, not expecting them. They're gonna try to defend their last remaining inhibitor. I don't think they're going to be able to though. This Cassante is too much front line. Even the Thresh right now, he's got his Knight's Vow, Zeke's, and Locket, his Bramble Vest. He's feeling very tanky. I mean, look, that the damage is nil to Cassante right now. Nothing. They need to find access to this Caitlyn, but I don't know if they have a way to do so. There's going to be a big engage from Zahen. Thresh does manage to grab the Zahen. No deaths though, but that is a lot of low players on both ends. Good defense coming out of Coven. Is it going to be enough to actually make a difference in this game? At 42 minutes, the goal difference to 2,000 is not really anything crazy. 4 items on the Cassante, 4 items on the Nefari. Still 4 items on the Rise. 5 items on the Caitlyn. 3 items on the Thresh. Zahen is still very far behind, only 3 items. 4 item Pantheon. Got the 4 item Nivea. Got the full 6 item Yanara now. Yanara's full build. And got the 3 item Ulu. Baron gonna get done on spawn by Perifani. Perifani. I thought I said that wrong. Yeah, by Perifani. I got Perifani and Nefari mixed up. Too similar. Perifani. This Baron push, they are going to be looking to end here. They have got all 3 inhibitors down. They have got a full team. They've got full health, and they've got Baron buff minions. You can see Wrangle already coming back. Headshot onto the Anivia is going to take away a third of Lysar's health. This might just be a little bit too much for them, as they've got Baron buff minions coming in on all 3 lanes right now. It's going to take something crazy if Coven want to stay in this, and it might just be hit the Nexus time. Big engage from the Zahen, but it's not going to be enough. And that is game 2, going over to Perifani, the second and the final game of the series. Going to be 2 2-game sweeps today. No game 3s for us, as Kovo still ends the game with 0 kills. But in the end, doesn't matter, because they'll win, and that's what matters at the end is the scorecard. Scorecard's gonna show a win. You know, I think you played amazing, actually, Govos. I take back everything well, I'll bring it back up, actually. I'll take back everything I said, I promise. Yeah. mean, that Caitlyn damage was just crazy towards the end. And the Cassante value and Caitlyn damage, too much. Too much to overcome, unfortunately. It was a very close game overall. Very, very, very close game. It could have gone either way. Coven had a lead at the start, but couldn't quite finish it. And Perifani did a really good job in taking that lead back and taking advantage of when Coven misstepped, which they did a couple times, and in the end it did cost them. Yeah, congratulations to Perifani Aegean. Halo in the top lane, Hero in the jungle, Govos in mid lane, Kato in ADC, and Paranoid in support. Great Thresh game for Paranoid as well too. Just super good all around. That is us done for tonight.